If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise.
If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools.
One heap of all your winnings and risk it when you turn to pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on.
If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count on you, but none too much, if all can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
If was written by Rudyard Kipling in 1896 but was not published until 1910. Kipling was inspired by the South African doctor Sir Leander Starr, Jameson's leadership and boldness. The doctor is best known for the Jameson Raid, which was part of an unauthorized British plan to gain control over the Transvaal and its recently discovered gold and diamond deposits in South Africa. The point of view of the poem is heavily influenced by Kipling's admiration of Jameson. All the instructions of the poem are characteristics of Leander Jameson. The poem is about learning the ways of life and how to be a humble and confident man. It is ultimately an instruction manual for how to be a man. According to the title of the poem, one might think it is about hope and motivation, but the poem progresses on and it becomes clear that the title implies that the poem is about the ropes of life and being a good person. The attitude towards the subject of the poem is fatherlike and motivational into doing good. The poem shifts in the last 4 lines of the poem. Kipling writes that one will mature only when he is able to understand himself and his wrongdoings. The poem was carefully structured to create beautiful literary devices such as repetition, symbolism, and tone. One great example of how the author structured his poem to convey a certain meaning is repetition. Many great poets use repetition to emphasize the importance of a word. Shel Silverstein repeats the word up in his poem Falling Up. Similarly, Kipling utilized the repetition of the word if. He did this because if is a hopeful word as well as a word that is supposed to motivate an individual. In many circumstances, the word is used as more of a restricting word, but in this poem, Kipling used it to help in a more helpful and positive way. In addition to that, he used the word if to emphasize possibilities, opportunities, and what-ifs. Other literary devices Kipling used in this poem included symbolism. One example of this device is in the line, or walking with the kings nor lose the common touch. The kings that the narrator is talking about symbolize success and successful people. The line has an overall meaning that it's okay to be a successful person, but don't lose the touch of humbleness inside you. Not only was symbolism used to structure this poem and to convey his general meaning, but the poet also used a didactic tone. The tone was set out to teach and instruct the younger generations on how to be a man. In the last 2 lines of the poem, Kipling says, "Yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son." The speaker is a father advising his son how to live his life, but the lesson can be applied to any of the readers, which is shown through the tone. The theme, stay humble but keep your head high, is beautifully shown through Kipling's wonderful techniques in the poem. Overall, If by Rudyard Kipling uses strong literary elements to help the reader better understand the poem and enjoy it, as well as putting thoughts into the minds of readers.